I'm going to take you to the assignment in Canvas. So this is our assignment. It's called CPP, C++ and GitHub tutorial. And I'm going to view it as a student. It is your job to read this, to understand what it's doing. So pretty much I gave you some code and I'm asking you to modify the code. And this will also test to see if you have all of the software installed so that you can do the projects in the future. The project is hosted on GitHub, so you can use this link to get to it. The first thing you need to do when you get to the project is to clone it. So you need to identify the location where you want the project. So I'm going to create a folder in my documents. Let's call it CA2. All right, now inside of this folder, I want to clone. I want to put all my files. So I'm going to open git bash script here. So I will say open git bash here. And now I need to clone this repo that I have here. So again, the project is in this repo on GitHub. I'm going to clone it. Now to clone it, we need to go here and just copy right here to clone it. So in git bash, we can say git clone. And then you right click here and you will get the link and it will download the project in the file. So now that if you hit ls, you can see the files that are there. The project folder is there. So we can enter into the project folder. We can say cd, cp, and then hit tab. So now we're in the project folder and we can see the files in the project folder. Just to verify this, we can go in Explorer. We see that the project folder is there. Inside of it, we see the files here. So again, we have a README and so forth. So I asked you to look at the README and to get the instructions on how to modify the program from the README. So again, here, it tells you you need to modify the program to save. Essentially, and we'll see how the project works. You will need to save some input and output it. And here you need to create a function. So the code is determining if the number is prime. You need to put that in a function. And then you need to save some screenshots in your project folder, and then you're going to upload that to GitHub. All right, so I'm going to do some of it here. So again, you would follow this instructions to ensure that you have everything done properly. So I'll continue here. All right, let's go. So one of the first things you will do after you download your code, you're going to open it in Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to search for code, Visual Studio Code. I'm going to open that. I'm going to open the project in there. So in Visual Studio Code, click on here. I'm going to find the folder, and I'm going to open the folder where the project is. So we created a folder in documents called CA2. I'm going to go inside of here and use this as a project folder. Now the code that we are running, so yes, I trust this. The code that we are running is the main.cpp. So we can double click on that. Now we can edit it. So first thing we will do is we'll run it. Now if you install the Visual Studio and the C++ correctly, you should be able to click here and hit run. And then select the first debugger. All right, so this is running properly. It's running properly. So the first thing the code does, it says, please write an introductory sentence about yourself. So I'll enter one here. My name is Lane, and I love cats. All right, so again, now the program says, thank you. Now enter an integer between 0 and 100. So I can enter 1,000. So there is some kind of error correction. So it tells me that this is not between. So there is a code checking if the number is between 0 and 100. So here I'm going to enter 51. So it tells me 51 is odd and 51 is not a prime number. So this is what the code does. So if you look in the beginning here, it asks you. So if you look here, the first line says cout. So we're outputting this on the screen. And then whatever we get, we are saving it in this variable. Then we are output to the screen, enter a number, and then we are checking to see if the number is between 0 and 100. That's what this line is doing right here. If not, if it is, we accept it. If not, we tell the user, hey, it's invalid, please enter a number. right? So here we are checking if the number is even or odd by looking at to see if when we divide by 0, what is the remainder? So the remainder is 0 here. We know it's an even number. And here we are checking if it's a prime number. Okay, so this does not have the code for checking if it's a prime number, but that's what it should be doing. So it looks like yep. So that's part of the modifications you will do. You will put the code there to determine if the number is prime or not, and then you will also output the introductory sentence as well, and you will also put this code for the prime number in a function as well. Now this project, if you go in include utils, we see that there's some information about a function. You guys can learn more about it using the generative AI, but there are some functions here for prime and whatnot. So you need to essentially have a function as your solution. You can choose to place it over here, or you can choose to put it in the main function as well. That will work well. All right, so say you have made your changes and you save your code. You hit Control S to save your code, or you go up here and you say save, and you're ready to upload your code to GitHub, right? How do you do that? Let's see if GitHub is installed right here. We can say git status. All right, so here, git status, it tells us that we're on the main branch. So whatever we are doing in this git bash, we can also do it in this terminal window here as well. So just to be consistent, I'll upload it in git bash, right? So now that we have saved our code, what we're going to do now, we're going to say git add, just to make sure that any changes we have made are added. And the next thing we'll do, we'll create a new branch. So we need to say pretty much git checkout. And we'll create a new branch. And the branch name, I think I gave you what I want the name to be, your last name. CPP Tutorial. I'll put 1 here, and then you enter. So now it's switched to a new branch, so we're now on main. Now we're on the new branch, and so what we need to do now, we want to upload our code to that new branch so that I as the instructor can see your code and I can grade it, right? So what you do now, the next thing is you're going to pretty much do a commit where you commit the code before you push it up. So you can say git commit, and we put a message here. And in the message, we can say completed, requested, modifications. All right, so you can push that message. And then the last step is to do the git push. And we say origin, and the origin is going to be our branch name. In this case here, Ilien. So again, this is mine. You're going to have yours. Is going to be your last name. CPP Tutorial1. So when you do that, the code is pushed up to Git. So now I can go on GitHub, and anyone can go and see it as well because our repo is public. On GitHub here, I can look in the branches, and I see that we have 3 branches. One is the main, and the one you're going to push up to is not the main, but you're going to create your own branch, and you're going to push your code up here to that branch. All right, that's all for now. In the future, I will ask you to go and run your code. Right now, I'm still working with the process of building the code, where I can see if the code is running. It's not working well as yet. Definitely will fix that. So that's all you need to do for now. Again, you need to make sure that you read the instructions and that you do what is requested of you. Of course, there are some places that I ask you to use generative AI to find code. It'll be your responsibility to test it and to ensure that it's debugged and it's working properly. All right, that's all I have for now. Again, after you save everything, you just close it. And you close that as well. All right, that's it for now.